everyone, and yay, it's the holidays. I am so excited for the holidays this year. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Merry Christmas to you all. You are listening to Rising Stories Podcast, and I'm Kelsey Sandifer, your host. If this is your first time listening, welcome and thank you for spending your time with us. In the spirit of giving, I want to tell you about a very special place. The Kumi Project in the Wakiso district of Uganda collaborates with local leaders to help transform and empower the lives of vulnerable boys and young men. The Ugandan volunteer staff team actively works to meet the following needs: school fees, meals, housing, counseling, university opportunities, and vocational training. Their goal is just $5,000 before the end of 2017. I know we don't have much time, but if you would just give something, together our Rising Stories listeners can make a huge difference. Join me and help them reach this goal and provide these needs for these young men. I have added the link to donate in the description box below, but you can also find them at kkumiproject.org. Every donation counts, so don't hesitate to give. When you donate, would you mind sharing with a comment on my Instagram at Kelsey Sandifer? Last month, I was honored to be a guest on the Kitchey Kountdown Podcast. We talked about working a side hustle with confidence, consistency, and credibility. It was so much fun that I asked them to come on my show. So today, Kelsey and Kelsey, the host of Kitchey Kountdown, are on Rising Stories. They are two friends who share a passion for words, and together they are making a space in their community for women to feel understood and united. We talked about women who are keeping it real and who inspire us to keep going. Kelsey and Kelsey explain why these women are worthy of following. We also chat about some fun podcasts, makeup, and of course, our favorite app. You will absolutely love their answers. But before we get started, I want to tell you that today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Rising Stories. If you missed that link, I have added it to the show notes along with all the information mentioned on this show. Here is my conversation with Kelsey and Kelsey from the Kitchey Kountdown Podcast. Hi, Kelsey and Kelsey.
Hello.
How are y'all doing?
We're doing well.
Thanks for coming on and chatting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys, I asked y'all to come on because you guys are this powerful duo. You have a podcast, and it's called Kitchey Kountdown. Tell me about your podcast.
Kelsey, go ahead. Okay. The Kitchey Kountdown, we came up with the name, first of all, because we're both named Kelsey, so we obviously went with the K's. And we chose Kitchey for two reasons. One, because we talk about things that you might hear on a lot of other podcasts. We didn't come up with these topics. And also because we kind of balance between trivial and thoughtful. So, we're kind of kitschy in two regards. We're not super unique in what we're talking about, but we bring our unique spin. And also we kind of run the gamut on the types of things that we discuss.
The purpose for our podcast is just to validate women. We want them to listen to what we're talking about. Like Kelsey said, it's not brand new stuff, but it's things that they can relate to and say, oh, I thought I was the only one that felt that way, or I thought I was the only one that thought that, and just kind of give them a place to connect and not feel lonely or isolated, but feel understood and united with women.
Yeah, I love listening to y'all. Y'all have this fun program, this fun show, and at the end y'all have this you have a countdown, but then you also have hey, what are y'all doing? Kind of like my three things when I ask people what are your three favorite things that you're loving these days. You guys have this. Tell me again what it's called. A kitschy.
We call it Kitch Picks.
Kitch Pick. Yes, Kitch Pick. I love that. I love the Kitch Pick part. And I do love just that you guys are meeting women and empowering them and sharing your thoughts and what's going on with, the world and how you guys are making it and doing stuff. And I'm sure that y'all are just really empowering women along the way, which is why I wanted you guys to come on the show. But I want to know first, before we start about talking about powerful women, I want to talk about how you two met. How did y'all get together? Because y'all both named Kelsey.
Yes.
Yeah.
We met when we were 2 years old, growing up in Keller, Texas.
Wow.
We were neighbors, so really we can thank our moms for everything that comes next.
Yeah. Shout out to Karen and Mona. Kelsey lived on the street behind me for years, and then we've never lost touch. I mean, ever.
So what did y'all just say, hey, we need to start a podcast. We want to do this together. Do you want to do it with me? Is that kind of how the conversation went?
Kind of.
I love it.
Yeah. We both have been listening to podcasts for a couple years, and we were at brunch together. I guess it was last December, so almost a year ago. And it's something, I guess we kind of thrown around the idea, what if we did this? Never really thinking about it seriously, but I don't even know how it got brought up. But
we've always wanted to write books or write blogs or do something in the creative realm that we could share with other people that had to do with topics we were interested in. I think we were both tired of being consumers and we wanted to be creators. And so on the back of the receipt at Modern Market, we started jotting down names of possible titles and topics and thoughts. And it took us 2 months, but we launched the Kitchey Kountdown.
Oh, that's so much fun. I love that y'all were connecting already and that you were like, let's do it. That's fun.
Yeah, and we knew that we would be a good team because we both have two pretty different personalities, different perspectives. So we thought we would be a good team to offer, different perspectives on different topics. And we have different strengths. So it's been really good. Kelsey does the editing. I'll do the show notes. We kind of can divide and conquer that way.
And I know I've known Kelsey for a long time, one of the Kelseys, but I'll have to say that Kelsey, the other Kelsey's voice is not 100% tonight, but both of y'all's voices, like I was like, and who's that? And who's that? But I love that because I'm learning, as I'm listening to your podcast, I'm learning like, oh yeah, that's who that is. And I can kind of, now I'm separating the two. So now I'm on it. I love it. I love that. Well, I brought you guys on to I want us to talk about powerful women. And earlier we were discussing like who's powerful. And, I mentioned Brene Brown. And I love her. I just recently saw her here in Nashville with her new book. Drats, I forgot. Is it Braving the Wilderness? Is it
Daring Greatly?
No, she's the new one. I do love Daring Greatly. I've read all of them, but now she's got a new one called Braving the Wilderness, I think, is the title. I just got it last night, so I'm not sure exactly what the title is, but I think that's what it's called, Braving the Wilderness. But she's so powerful and so... giving of herself, like sharing all of the deep darks, with everybody in her books. I just love her.
And even she's lives in Houston, so I've been following her more closely now that I'm here and seeing like with the hurricane, everything that she's been doing is really neat. Yeah,
she talked about that and just how everyone was pitching in and helping. So were you affected, Kelsey, by
my work was flooded, but luckily our apartment where we live, we were luckily fine.
Good.
Work was the only part that was affected. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, humanity and just how people came out in droves and helping, I think about that Cajun, is it called Cajun Navy or something, that those people in boats that just decided I'm just going to go help. And I mean, it just, even though it's a tragic thing and no one wants that to happen, but it does show kind of where our hearts are, I think, when
absolutely
push comes to shove, we really are there helping each other. So, yeah. So what are some powerful women that you guys bring to mind, that comes to mind when you think about women who y'all admire or heroes of yours?
Go ahead, Kelsey.
I think the one that we can both agree on, I think we probably mention her at least once an episode in our podcast, is Rachel Hollis. We are huge fans. We love everything that she does, from following her on Instagram to reading her cookbooks to listening to her podcast. She's so encouraging, encouraging women, and her whole platform is, trying to encourage women in business to make it, and we love listening to her and everything that she has to say.
Yeah, she's running like an empire. I mean, she's got all kinds of stuff.
Chic media.
Yeah. I follow her too. I love, watching her do life on Instagram and her Instagram stories. And yeah, she does. I think she really walks that walk of helping other women be empowered. I think she's helped, a fellow podcaster, Jamie Ivey, to launch some things and to think outside the box where maybe she wasn't thinking of taking her podcast to different venues and doing live shows. And then I think she talked with Rachel Hollis and was like, yeah, I think I need to do that. She kind of got challenged. So that's awesome. Yeah, I love her too. Anybody else?
Think one of the things about both of those women is, and kind of what you mentioned about Brene, is that they share the real life nitty gritty. And that's what I appreciate about them, is they are literally CEOs of their companies that they started, but yet Rachel Hollis can post an Instagram story of herself with no makeup on, no bra on, and just be herself. So that's what I love about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she's honest about what it takes. She's not ashamed of the fact that, I have childcare, or I have a team. And I think that, especially for women feeling like you have to do all the things involved in business or whatever it is, it's refreshing to hear someone's perspective saying, I have help with this and there's no shame. And, Kelsey and I don't have children, but I don't know, hearing that aspect of her being a mom and being a business owner, hearing her perspective on that is really enlightening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's very, very real. I seek those people out too on social media and all that, just because it's, life's too short to just put the good stuff out there, put things that are, if you're having a bad day, claim it and move on. It's like, tell me about it. I want to know. And then, and then the next day they're posting something that is empowering, which is great, so make sure that you're, sharing the good stuff, but you're also sharing the not so good stuff. And it doesn't have to be airing out your dirty laundry, but just kind of let me know if you're having a bad day or, things like that. I think it's important. I think that's what we want, is authentic and authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you also mentioned Jamie Ivey, and I think she's another one for us, especially coming from the podcast realm, seeing how she has started. She's been very open with the fact that it just started as a podcast, and now she's writing a book and has live shows and has made it into her livelihood. And I think she's really inspiring for both of us to see how you can take something, a seemingly small as a podcast and grow it into this great influence has been very encouraging for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else do you think these women have that can translate, that can be like, oh, we need to do that?
I think that both of them are open to criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have, particularly, their husbands or other women who are in the industry saying, hey, this doesn't seem like it's working. Maybe try this. And I could be wrong, but I just feel like they've expressed that before. And I think that's something that Kelsey and I are open to as well. We have people who listen who, it's our moms and our husbands and things like that, but we're open to people giving us feedback. Mm-hmm. So I think that feedback is really important.
Yeah, I think that's important. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt?
No.
I think that's important where, having that support system. I mean, you can't, whatever we're doing, I think people need to remember that whatever you're wanting to do, your adventure, your dream, and you're launching something big, you're not doing it alone. It's affecting everybody. It's going to affect, your husband and your kids and your family. And make sure that they're on board, and make sure you're listening to some of the things that they're saying and giving you feedback. But I think having that support, I think you're right. Like, I know for sure, just because from what I can tell, Rachel Hollis has a huge support in her husband, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I watch another girl, and I for the life of me, I cannot remember her real name. I think, it's her, Jordan Page, and she's on funcheaporfree.com. And I'm watching her. She does the same thing. She's kind of like the Rachel Hollis, but about saving money and tips on kids' lunches and things like that. So I love watching her, and she talks about, they go camping and they do all kinds of stuff, and, date nights. So she's kind of very similar, but with a saving money kind of bent to that. But anyway, I like her too. So she has a very supportive husband. They do those little live shows, or Facebook Live and Instagram Live. They'll do those every week, which is pretty cool. I love watching that. Have y'all done Facebook Live? Or Instagram Live? Y'all should do that. No. Y'all should totally do that.
No. We're in two different places, so I don't know if we could do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds scary, because what if you say something that you don't want to say, and then it's live?
Yeah. I that's what keeps me from doing anything. I'm thinking, I can barely do a podcast where I can actually edit something out.
Right.
Much less it's out there. You do it and it's out there. I think you can delete it if you say something really bad that you don't want to live on in infamy, but in eternity. But you can. But once it's out there, it's live. So yeah.
Yeah. We haven't worked up the courage for that yet.
Yeah. Any other women that y'all can think of that are powerful and that have influenced you guys?
I have one. I don't know. Allison Faulkner. I don't know if either of y'all listen to Awesome with Allison. She has a podcast. And she's all about encouraging women and business owners, or whatever your venture is. And she's just another one who's super encouraging. She keeps it real, has good tips for kind of the, business side of things, but can translate it into, even if you're not a business owner, how to apply it to your personal life. She's all about being a well-rounded person, I guess would be the term for it. And I really like following along with her and hearing her insight and what she has to say.
I'll have to look her up. I don't think I've heard of her. Allison Faulkner.
Her podcast is called Awesome with Allison.
Okay. Maybe I have heard did she start out as a social media trainer?
Yeah, she does. She does like branding workshops.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of stuff on social media. She throws like these dance parties. And
yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
I love that.
She's really fun.
I really love a girl. Her name's Hannah Morrison. She's from The Cake by Hannah. She makes t-shirts, and she literally started the business out of her apartment and just dreamed big. And, she's got 20,000 followers on Instagram now.
Wow.
But is really honest about what's going on in her life and what's happening, and makes these beautiful t-shirts for people to buy as well. So I love her just because she's real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because what is it about us seeing people with no makeup on going live, but yet we're like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, and to think, and like I said, I just saw Brene Brown, and she talked about just owning, being yourself and owning it, and belonging to yourself is kind of what her book is about. And, you may not belong anywhere, you may belong everywhere, but you totally just belong to yourself. And so just live out who you are. But still, it's so funny because I'm like, I'm not doing that Facebook Live without makeup. And like, I would need a whole team. Like,
Right.
I'd be like, hair, makeup. Like, I guess I'm just a diva. I'm like, I don't know if I want to just be out there. I don't feel like I have the right lighting. And I mean, they do have nice lighting. Rachel Hollis has good lighting, and the girl I watch, Jordan Page, they have great lighting. So I don't have the good lighting, so I don't know if I want to do that. But then they don't wear makeup, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about that, but I'm like, there's got to be, am I just, maybe I'll grow into it. Maybe I will grow, and maybe that's what our audiences want. I have no idea. So
I think there's something refreshing and empowering seeing someone that you admire and kind of put on a pedestal, leveling the playing field without makeup. And I think for, if you have that thought process or that underlying thought, well, I'm not, nobody admires me, so why would I want to, I'd actually be putting myself maybe lower without wearing makeup. And it kind of goes back to that confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I think, well, she probably got all of her followers before she went on without makeup. Or like, when you think about some movie stars are like, we're going to go, let's say Kendall Jenner, I'm going to go without makeup. Okay, fine. Like, you look great. That's not saying much. Now, your mom, on the other hand, Kris Jenner, I'd like to see her without makeup,
right.
But like, there's, I mean, she's still, Kris Jenner is going to be beautiful as well, but I'm just saying there's like a difference. Like, one is like flawless and, she's, Kendall's flawless. So of course it's not going to be any big deal to go without makeup.
Right.
That's what I love about podcasts is no one knows what we look like when we're recording unless we happen to tell them.
Because you guys have a logo. See, I have a picture. So I may have to switch to a logo. Mm-hmm. My next one will be a logo. When I do some rebranding, it'll be a logo. However, for this podcast, I do ask you to send me a picture. So maybe they will see you.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that. We have Kelsey's husband take pictures of us periodically.
Nice.
So. He has a shirt that says Instagram husband, so he's used to being our photographer.
I love that. That's so cool. Well, real quick, tell me what is your favorite app, and y'all can each pick a favorite app since there's two of y'all.
Oh man, let me look at my phone. Hold on.
I have one. I really love it's called Intervals. And I was doing a lot of working out in the summer. I'm a teacher, so I had a lot more time I'm not doing it as much now, but I fell in love with Tabata workouts and their interval workouts. And this app, you can set like your interval, how many intervals you want to do, how much rest you can do. And it's so much easier than watching a stopwatch. So I really, really, really love that app.
What's the name of the app?
Intervals.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's free. So
yeah. So I may need that. I need that because I don't know when to stop and start. Like, and I don't even know.
Yeah, and there's a voice that tells you
nice.
Work in 3 seconds or rest in 3 seconds. And then it gives you like a little party. There's some confetti that drops when you're done working out. So you feel that much more accomplished.
You know, that is a great thing. I wish someone would develop like an app that you could personalize where they would be like, okay, Corrine, now I want you to do 5 stretches. Okay, breathe and like kind of like a personalized, even if it's not personalized, even if it's the same thing that they're giving to the next person, but if they just say my name and then they're like talking me through it, I think that'd be like my personal trainer. Wouldn't that be cool?
There you go.
Okay, intervals app. Okay. Kelsey, what about you?
So I mentioned how Kelsey and I come at things from 2 different ends of the spectrum. Hers is about working out. Mine is about pop culture. And I love the IMDb app. I don't know, maybe everybody has this, maybe nobody does, but it saves my life.
There is
all the
an
time.
app for IMDb?
Yes. And it's amazing because, you're watching TV and you see an actor and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I know them from? And you can just type in the name of the show and then you can search by season or episode and click on that and then find the actor.
Whoa.
Or you can search it from so many different ways. Or you can, if you're watching a show, you can look up the show or the episode or by actor. So it helps you win a lot of arguments when you're like, no, that's this person. No, it's this person. Or be able to relax. Because a lot of times I'll see something, I'll see somebody. Yeah, and I'm like thinking about it the whole time. But if I just look it up, then problem solved.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's funny is I used to be is it IMB or IMDb? Is it IMBD?
IMDb.
IMDb. Is that right?
Yeah.
I used to be that for my husband. Whenever we'd go to the movie theater. Be like, oh my gosh, that's that director that directed blah, blah, blah. And he was like, who are you talking about? I'm like, the director. He directed, don't you remember he directed that last movie that we saw and so-and-so was in it? No, that wasn't so-and-so in it. Yes, it was. No, that was Marissa Tomei. No, that wasn't Marissa Tomei. That was another actress. I mean, we were just like, and I don't know why he doesn't trust me because I'm always right. But now that I know about this app, boy, howdy, he's going to have I'm going to have this double barrels here.
You'll have it on authority.
I'm ready. Yeah. All right, girls. What 3 things are y'all loving these days?
Ooh,
how about let's do 4 things, 2 apiece.
That's perfect. I will go first.
Okay. And
one thing that I'm absolutely loving, so I've got to balance it out. I've got my intervals workout app, but I'm also loving cookie butter Oreos. It's like the speculoos cookie butter or the Trader Joe's cookie butter inside a vanilla Oreo, the real Oreo brand. They're fantastic. And then Kelsey introduced me to Revlon Color Stay lipstick.
That was going to be
oh no.
Color Stain lipstick? Okay.
Yeah, Color Stay. And I put it on Friday night. I ate pizza. I took a shower. I took my makeup off. And it was still on.
Is the tube kind of like flat a little bit? Maybe.
No, but it has 2 ends to it.
Oh, it does. Okay.
So there's like a color, and then you let the color dry, and you put the gloss on. And the gloss you have to reapply a little bit more, but the color stays on for forever.
Stains. Oh, yeah. I love when that. Yeah, I've got one that. Except I picked a really red one, and I think I need to go back and get something else. So I'm going to have to try this Revlon Color Stain. I'm going to put it in my Amazon cart now. So that I can remember. Yeah, because I'll forget. Like, my favorite app is my Amazon app, because if I see something out while I'm shopping, even if it's like if we're out of town, especially if we're out of town and I don't have a lot of money to spend on things, and I see something, I'm like, I need those glasses, or I need that, or that camping gear, or whatever. I just look on Amazon, and they usually are like $2 cheaper. So,
yeah,
just put it in there. Okay,
absolutely.
What else, Kelsey?
All right, my two kitsch picks. I'm acting like we're on our show. Two things that I'm loving. One of them is Trader Joe's cauliflower rice. This is one of my favorite things forever and ever. It is in the frozen aisle. They have just a refrigerated one, but I get the one that's frozen. It's $2, super cheap. I always pick up a bag or two when I'm there, and it tastes great in stir fry. If you mix it in with, if you're making Spanish rice or stir fry or whatever, I cannot taste the difference between cauliflower rice and regular rice.
Really? I just bought some.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. So do you steam it? Do you have to
I just put it in a pot. I had mentioned earlier, I confessed in one of our episodes, that I don't know how to cook regular rice, so I couldn't tell you the difference between how you make normal rice and this. I just
saute it.
I just put it in and it tastes just like normal rice. It's awesome, and you don't feel bloated afterwards. I'm all about that. And then the second thing I'm loving, I'm hesitant to say because I haven't finished, but I'm enough into the book that I feel like I can give a good recommendation. And it's the book Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I'm reading it. I'm more than halfway through. It's super good. It's just the right amount. I don't really like scary books or anything like that. It's not scary, but it kind of keeps you reading enough, propels you forward in the story. She's a fantastic storyteller. The characters are really interesting. So I'm really loving that.
I love that title. I think I'm going to check that out.
The cover is really enticing too.
Ooh.
Is it fiction?
Mm-hmm. It is. It's a book of the month selection.
Oh. And I was going to say about the Oreos. Did you know that Oreos are vegan?
All right.
So you're healthy.
So they're kind of
I'm basically healthy.
You're basically eating healthy. Well, and I do have some cauliflower rice. I'm going to do something with it. I don't know. I guess I'll stir fry that. I mean, it's extra vegetables, right?
Yeah, so I just do vegetables, and I've been using coconut aminos instead of soy sauce and cauliflower rice. So basically I'm eating air.
Yeah.
And I'm getting so
yeah.
I don't know.
That's good. Well, next time you guys come on, I'm going to be fit with my intervals. I'm going to be like just knocking it out of the park with the IMDb.
There you go.
BD.
And you're gonna be eating your vegan Oreos.
That's right. Vegan Oreos, cauliflower with my lips are just going to be on fleek, as they used to say. Now they don't say that anymore. I'm so old. Thanks so much, ladies, for coming on. This was fun, just chatting about people and powerful women. And I'm so glad to have met you guys. And thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
A huge thanks to Kelsey and Kelsey for coming on my show and sharing their thoughts on powerful women. Don't forget to click on the link to donate to the Kumi Project. The links to donate and how to find the Kitchey Kountdown podcast will also be in the show notes at CorrineSandifer.com. If you or someone you know is thinking of launching a business in 2018, please tell them about me as a business and life coach and to listen to Rising Stories podcast. Thanks for listening and keep rising in your story.